What's up, my friends? Welcome to Chaos Live, my fun live stream show on Thursdays. Ready to hang out with all of you amazing people. Hang out, answer questions best that I can, and see where things go from there. What's happening? Notification platoon, all you awesome individuals that were quick to jump on that alert. We got Anakin, Alex, T-Dog, Admiral, Nicholas, Logan, Guitarist, Lieutenant Patterson, Bob, Evie, Joshua, Caliber, Devin, Holy Hand Grenade, Brianna, where is it? Yeah, sorry, the font's really small. El Pollo Loco, the restaurant? I think I got everybody. Edward. I don't know if I missed some people. Sorry, there's quite a few of you already kind of chatting it away as we were kind of getting started. So what's happening? If you guys have questions, drop them down in the comment section. If you're here early and you want to represent, hit that thumbs up for me. Greatly appreciate it and all that fun stuff. So what do we got here in the comments? Greening Marine here from Camp Lejeune. Weren't you at the gaming live stream too? I remember that as well. What's happening? T-Dog and Admiral and Nicholas. Bob is on station. Good to hear. Ban assault viruses. Well, yeah, okay. Good evening, Evie. What's happening, Joshua? Paramilitary. That's a good deal. Anyone here play Medal of Honor? I have not in a long time. Ex-military here. Awesome caliber. Trying to get into the Army National Guard at the moment. Good luck to you. A little difficult right now, but you know, just gotta do what you can do. Bad times to try to join. Seems like everything is on hold right now. Yeah, basically. I mean, there's some places that it might work and you can kind of get the process started, but it really depends. I mean, a lot of like recruiter stations are working from home. Some are still open. I've been hearing a lot of MEPS locations are closing down. It just depends on the area. Some are staying open still. So it really varies from place to place. You know, there's no real set answer as it's kind of constantly changing day by day as well, too. So, I mean, you could go and try to get the process going, and then tomorrow they close down the recruiter station for temporarily or whatever. So it's tough. Let's see, I got a phone call yesterday. I got approved for a temporary job as a federal technician. I started the 30th. I'm super excited. Well, awesome. Congratulations. Hopefully all goes well then. Good to hear. I was in the process of waiting for a waiver before the virus. Yeah, now it's kind of stuck because they're just kind of focusing on mission essential things. But yeah, I mean, who knows? That could change daily. You know, who knows? That's why it's too hard. That's why I'm probably not going to do any more like coronavirus related update videos for the Army, because I put out one thing and it changes and you know, something else gets added and there's just too much. And I don't want to be a dedicated, you know, coronavirus channel now, you know, to all these dang updates that constantly change. So we're going back to just the non-coronavirus related stuff from here on out, and we're getting back to the Army stuff. After that was the last update I'm probably going to do, unless there's something super major, but I don't know. I'm in the Australian Army. Good deal. I'm thinking of joining the Air Force. Any tips? Talk to, you know, either someone who was in the Air Force or just talk to an Air Force recruiter. You know, I don't have any good tips for you Air Force wise, so I was in Air Force. Chris, are you quarantined? I am not. No, I'm still free for now. Do I have Discord? I do, but it is not set up. I need to one day get it all set up. If I get, you know, quarantined, maybe that should be one of my tasks. If I do end up on some kind of thing where our work kind of gets quarantined or forced to stay home kind of a thing for temporarily, that might be one of the things that I might put on the list of things to get accomplished for that. Because like if I do end up with that kind of situation, I have like goals that I want to do. You know, maybe play guitar for an hour every day or 30 minutes every day. Maybe work out for an hour every day while I'm on that quarantine thing. Learn something new every day. You know, I got these like kind of goals in my mind that are going. And if it happens, I might, you know, vlog about it on the blog channel and then, you know, try to execute some of that stuff. We'll see. But yeah, so Discord eventually maybe. It snowed there today, Chris. It did. Nothing too crazy. It was kind of like, it was windy and it was snowing pretty good for a little while, and then it died out and stopped. But It was snowing pretty good for a little bit, but it's been too warm lately for it to really kind of stick or anything here in Colorado Springs. So, are people that are going to basic training on hold, or are they still shipping on time? It varies. I can't give you a set answer, right? If you have heard from your recruiter, then you might know some details. If you haven't, just expect to ship on the date that you were told you're shipping. But there's a lot of people I'm hearing that like they've gotten calls from their recruiters saying, hey, they're on hold and we're not sure when you're going. Just stand by. Some were given a date saying, hey, we're pushing it to this date. And some are saying, no, you're still going on time. And I think there are some people that still are shipping on time. But, you know, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing. So I can't tell you. You got to go off of whatever your recruiter says. You know, the recruiter knows, you know, as far as if you're going or not going or whatever. You can bug them about it, bug her about it, whatever the case is. But if they haven't contacted you, just be prepared to go the day they told you to go. How am I doing, Chris? I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Devin? First time in a live. Happy to be here. Well, awesome, Alex. Thanks for coming in and joining. Do this every Thursday. So every Thursday you can expect at this time to come join me for Chaos Live. Set a reminder, whatever you feel like you do. Do you think martial law going into effect now? I doubt it. I mean, there could be some areas that maybe, I don't know. I doubt it though. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I say one thing today and tomorrow something completely different happens. So this thing changes so rapidly, guys. I'm leaving for 88 Mike basic training in June. Any tips? Just really nothing specifically for 88 Mike. Just Army in general. Just be in good shape. Study to get a little bit of an upper hand on some things. You know, it helps to make the process go a little bit better. And expect it to suck really bad. And if it turns out to be awesome and pretty cool at times, then cool. At least you had the expectation that it was going to suck really bad, and it turned out to be a little bit better. Army reserves are standing down. I was turned down for entrance to Fort Hamilton base entry today. Yeah, I could see it for some places are doing like mission essential only. It just kind of varies. I mean, I've been watching like some of like the town hall meetings for like Fort Carson, and people are like, why isn't Fort Carson shut down when all these other bases are shut down? There's not any bases shut down. There's some that are like, you know, mission essential or different things like that, but I don't think there's actually anything shut down as far as like the base being like shut down and people being denied, but I don't know. What's it looking like for people who are shipping out? Like I said, like I was just talking about it earlier, it's kind of a 50-50 coin toss. It seems like there's a lot of people saying that they got informed by the recruiter that they're on hold, and then some people that said they're still going. Their recruiter told them they're still going. So we'll see. Good morning. What are you talking about? Good morning. It's the evening. But if you're somewhere that is morning, well, cool. Good morning. Do you know if ship dates are going to change? Maybe, maybe not. It just really depends. There's a lot of factors I think that go into it too. Some of it depends on if like your MEP station is staying open or not, because you know usually you have to go through MEPs to get shipped out, and if your MEP station is going to be closing down, then you can't ship out. If your MEP station is going to stay open, then you might still be good and might be able to go ahead and ship out. But I feel like it's a possibility that they are kind of restricting maybe the class sizes. Maybe, I don't know. Because I hear there's some people who say they're still going, so maybe, but some people say they aren't going. So maybe they're just trying to control the size of the basic training classes by delaying some people and allowing some others to go. I'm so glad you graduated in 2023. That way I don't have to worry about enlisting during the virus crap because I'm enlisting my senior year of school. Unless it's still going in 2023. I hope not. But that would really suck. Sounds like Fort Riley is about to shut down completely. Not sure yet, but if that happens, nobody can leave post and barrack soldiers can't even leave the rooms. Damn. Yeah, they keep on talking about like here too. Like Fort Carson, they keep on saying, keep on getting rumors that, oh, they're gonna shut it down. You have to have a memo saying that you're mission essential, and if you don't have that memo, they're not gonna let you in the gate, and all sorts of other crazy things. But then none of that happens. So there's a lot of like miscommunication of some things. Of what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. I don't know, man. It's so tricky. Do you think veterans will be asked to come to service over the coronavirus? No, it's not a terrorist attack. What does the 68 whiskey usually do? It varies. You typically, work in aid stations. They're kind of like, I wouldn't say nurses. I mean, they're kind of in some ways nurses, but they're also like first responders. They're also like a lot of other things. So that, you know, sometimes the 68 whiskey is the one checking you out in the morning when you come to sick call because you're not feeling well or you got hurt or whatever, and then sending you over to the PA, which is usually an officer that directs you to go to the hospital if need be. But there's some that worked in the hospital actually, and all that kind of stuff. Check out Ben Allen's channel. He's a 68 whiskey. He can give you some good intel on that MOS as well. I am a PFC now in the Army. I don't think I will stay longer in the Army. My window re-enlistment is next year. If I choose ETS, how can I clear my leave dates ETS balance? When you're going to get out of the Army, there's this thing called terminal leave. So let's say you have 30 days saved up. Well, then that means you get to get out of the Army 30 days early and still collect a paycheck for those days you're on leave. And then when the leave balance ends, then you get out of the Army. You can choose to cash it out, but you kind of make better by taking it rather than cashing it out. So it's usually better just to, because especially like if you're married or whatever, then I don't think you only get the balance for the days. I don't think you get like the BAS and the BAH all rolled into it, where if you're on leave as terminal leave, you get all that stuff rolled into it and all that stuff. But usually, you know, you get terminal leave, whatever leave balance you have, you take it and you get out that many days early, depending on how much leave you have saved up. 12 days till Fort Jackson, 74 Delta. Good luck to you. I actually found your channel because I'm looking at 80 Mike and I am far too excited about it. Well, good luck to you, Alex. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully everything goes all right. What's up, old reliable? How you doing? Edward, I am on quarantine. It's not very fun. What's up with you guys? I can't leave the house for at least the next 4 weeks. Probably minimal contact for 6 months. Man, aren't you you're in New York, right? Yeah, I know New York and San Francisco have a pretty crazy kind of things going on. So good luck to you. Take the opportunity if you can to maybe, you know, learn something new, or I don't know. That's what I plan on doing if it ends up coming down to it. 68 Whiskey last episode last night. I'm still really behind. I think I'm only on episode 4, I think. I need to catch up on that eventually. If I'm quarantined, maybe that's what I'll do. Are we going to see Baby Chaos tonight? Most likely. She's in the. I think I hear movement upstairs, so there's possibility soon. She always likes to come down after she gets out of her bath, and she was in the bath earlier, and probably going to come down to say hi and stuff like that. So I'm sure we'll see Baby Chaos shortly. Thanks for the info and listening as a 37 Fox, shipping out in 3 weeks. Pretty excited. Good luck to you, Eric. Hopefully that goes well. If I could join the Army, would you have any tips? My dream is to be a sniper in the Army. If you want to be a sniper, I would think about, you know, probably infantry, going to 11 Bravo, and then trying to get sniper school. You can't really get that in your contract, but you can go to your unit and, you know, there's select slots that they'll have available, and maybe you can score one of those slots and go. So that's one way. Rangers sometimes, you know, if you try to get into the 75th Ranger Battalion, sometimes you might get a little bit more priority over that. My school is closed in Junction City. Yeah, there's a lot of schools closed. There's the schools here in Colorado. They were supposed to be on like a 2-week kind of stop thing, where they're really extending spring break by an extra week. But now they're talking about they might not even come back at all, and they might just stay home, and then not. So like those people who are seniors finish off their high school, doing online classes and don't do a graduation or anything like that, and it's just over and that's it. So that's kind of crazy to think about that kind of a thing. So if Fort Carson did get shut down, would you still get paid for being a contractor? It's up in the air. We're not really too sure, actually. Some people are talking about we might. Some people are talking about we won't. Some people are telling us that we will have to just use our leave balance, and if we don't have any leave balance, then we'll have to go in the negatives for our leave balance if we want to continue getting paid. So we don't know. We don't have any good answers, and our company hasn't given us any good answers yet as far as if they're going to continue paying us, or if we have to take leave, or if we just have to take no pay. I don't know. It's a tricky thing that we don't have a lot of answers to. There's a lot of things we don't have answers to. On my way. One way to don't get the coronavirus is by taking care of yourself. Yeah, I agree. Don't do like what I'm doing, touching your face, but washing your hands, trying to avoid people as best as possible that you can, and all that kind of stuff. Simon hitting up with emojis, man. Good deal. Make some good use out of those emojis, man. Hey Chris, any advice for me going to be a RA chaplain? In your experience, how can chaplains best serve the soldiers and families? I don't know a whole lot about chaplains. I was actually hearing from, I was paying attention a little bit to Team Swartz's live stream last night, and I happened to catch him saying something about you have to be a chaplain in the Army, you have to be like recommended or something like that. It's an officer thing, so you have to. It's a lot different kind of realm than I know a lot about. So I don't know all the information about it, but apparently you maybe have to get recommended. I don't know. You'd have to do research on that. 88 Mike, my new date is May 4th. Well, may the 4th be with you then, my friend. Hopefully that goes well. They're really interested. I want to join the Army when I'm older. I'm a U.S. citizen. Who's really interested? You're really interested? Talk to a recruiter. Jay the Vorn, what's happening? If you want to ask for sniper school, be sure you score great at the range. Yeah, that's usually sometimes too. They're not gonna, if you suck at weapons qualification, your chances of them sending you to sniper school are probably pretty low. If an officer gets called back to service due to retirement, it usually doesn't extend beyond 5 years. Yeah, and I don't even know if they've done it in like recent history. I think it's been a long time since they've done anything like calling people back out of retirement or anything like that. So I don't think that's a very common thing. I will leave June 8th for basic. What's going to happen? Hopefully you still go to basic. June should be far enough now that hopefully you don't get affected by any of this stuff. But if your recruiter doesn't tell you anything specific, then you just assume you're going. Oh, here comes Baby Chaos. Hi! You tried to scare me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you would look, Dad, your shirt is mine.
Your shirt's like mine? Not really, but okay.
Say they're both blue.
Sort of. Different shades of blue. How you doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Well, hi.
And what's that?
What's what? That's the charger for my watch. You gonna say hi to everybody? Hi.
Dad, I got a bug in my ear.
You got a bug in your ear? Uh-oh. Who's gonna get it out?
Dad, can you get it out?
Can you get it out? Oh, I got it. I got it.
No, Daddy.
No?
Throw it in the trash, Dad.
Yeah? That's the
Throw it.
trash. Okay, I throw it in the trash. There you go.
Get the other one.
Get the other one? Ugh, I got it. Throw
Put
it
it in the trash.
Okay, it's in the trash. How about Army questions? You want to answer Army questions? Okay, Anakin wants to know, do I want to do Warzone tomorrow? Should I play Warzone tomorrow?
Put it under.
Put it over there? No? What about Warzone?
Huh?
Probably not. I don't know though. What about let's see, hold on. What will happen to my waivers? Is it still a process even during COVID-19? What do you think, little baby? Can 2K Academy get a waiver? Can you make it happen? No? Sorry, bro. No Army for you.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Baby Chaos says he can't get a waiver. Probably not. There's probably gonna be, it'd probably be really hard right now. You might have to wait until all this is like settled down, and then you'd be okay.
They can't see you over here with
She's doing the Olaf. I like warm hugs.
I like hugs.
You like warm hugs? Oh, I like warm hugs too.
Daddy,
What about you guys?
my mom like warm hugs.
Yeah, you guys like warm hugs? Do you think they like warm hugs?
I don't remember.
You don't remember if they like warm hugs?
Not really.
You're crazy.
Dad,
Yeah.
I don't mind. That Penny will be nice to me.
Yeah, Penny better be nice to you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta be nice to Penny.
Uh-huh. And Dust and Ronan too.
Yeah.
Mommy,
She's
And everything.
looking in the right spot. When she
can I
finds
have
No.
something to raise space?
You want something for what?
For raise space.
For raising space.
Yeah.
The heck are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know?
Are you part of Space Force?
So,
Space Force. She says join Space Force.
I can't kick.
No kicking.
If you remind,
Yeah?
if I hit like that when they push somebody.
Yeah? Oh man.
So I don't really.
Should I do a giveaway where people win toilet paper?
Some push me.
Yeah. Should I do a giveaway where people win toilet paper? You don't know?
That's weird.
Does that sound like a good idea?
That's weird.
That's weird, Jada Bourne. That's weird.
Daddy, can you hand the microphone?
It's right there. I can't move it.
You're supposed to go like that.
Yeah, and then sing into it?
Huh?
What are you gonna sing?
Honestly, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay, you sing that.
No, on the microphone.
In the microphone, you sing Wish Merry Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Evie says that my recruiter...
Hey,
Evie says that my recruiter told me things are still a go, waiting for my waiver as well. However, I would reach out to my recruiter to know exactly. Yeah, it really just depends on like if they're still operating, if they're not, all that kind of stuff too, as far as if that's going to end up happening. All right,
Zara, let's go to bed.
you ready?
Say goodnight.
Say goodnight. Say see you later.
See you later.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Say we gotta get... I'm gonna be weird up.
All right, love you. Kisses.
Bye. Wow.
Okay.
You can give Daddy a real kiss. Give Daddy a real kiss.
Let's have a kiss. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Love you.
Love you.
You're my favorite. All right. And that
Okay, let's go to
has
bed.
been your baby chaos fix for the episode. So we got to get that bad baby to bed. Okay. Have you ever run into someone in the army that was suspected of being CIA? Not CIA. We had this one guy. There's that video I did where it was like the weirdest soldier I know or knew or met or something like that, and we thought that guy was CID, not CIA though. Recommended manuals to read? I don't like before like basic or something like that. I don't know if there's any good manuals to read. Hey Chaos, I hate how coronavirus has delayed movies and TV shows. Yeah, that part does definitely suck. I feel like especially your daughter is gonna have to live in a world where coronavirus, global warming is just normal, like school violence and bad weather. Who knows? Who knows? Should get. Oh, yeah, I already talked about that one. Virus delayed Fast and Furious 9. Yeah, like all the way until like next year. It's crazy. Anyone remember the Atomic Vets? Toilet paper chanting. When you get a list of jobs you're qualified for, are you 100% guaranteed to get the job you choose, or is there more to it? Kind of. So if there's jobs that you qualify for, but there's no slots for you, then that still comes down to it. Like, for example, let's say like the firefighter one, right? Because there's very few slots on firefighter, even certain other MOSs too. That's just one example. But if you qualify for that MOS, but there are no slots for you to get into that MOS, then you can't get it. Also, if maybe there's no school dates coming up, if they're over strength, there's a lot of other factors that can still play into that. Just because you're qualified for an MOS does not guarantee you can get that MOS. There's still a few other factors that can kind of go into there. Now, if you qualify for an MOS, they're accepting new people, then cool, then you might be good. So yeah. So there are a few other little factors that kind of go in there. I have pictures of toilet paper I took after September 11th with Osama bin Laden's image over it. Yeah, I kind of was thinking about, you get like those funny toilet papers on Amazon. I wonder at what point is it going to get to where people just resort to buying that stuff, where they can't get regular toilet paper, so they're like, screw it, I'll just buy this, you know, congratulations, you're 50 toilet paper, or I'm 60 toilet paper. We know like those age ones I've seen, or the ones that have like Trump on them, or the ones that have, you know, whoever, someone's face on them. You know, they're like, screw it, I guess we just have to use this for now. I wonder at what point that stuff will start being what people have to resort to. See you later, Chris. I'm going to play some COD Mobile. Good luck to you. Have fun with that. I saw someone selling toilet paper by the square on eBay for $1.20. Yeah, I've seen people on eBay trying to sell like packs of toilet paper for like $50 and stuff. But I'm hearing some of those people are getting their eBay accounts like closed for price gouging on things like that. So that's kind of a thing as well. Chris, your daughter was born during the time in the Army. Do you think you would be re-enlisting or still got out? Yeah, I still would have got out. I don't think that would have changed me to want to stay in. So no, I don't think so. I would have still got out. Chris, can you sing the Army song? Sing Army song for us. I don't even remember how it starts. I won't be singing it, but how does it even start? I just always know the For Here We Go part, and the Army goes rolling along. But beyond that, I can't remember all of it. So I can't even remember all of it anymore. But no, even if I did know it, I wouldn't sing it. Hey Chaos, why does every single CIA agent in the combat zone has the last name of Lynch? I have no idea. I don't even know anybody that was CIA. CIA's not Army. I don't know. Have you ever seen Last Man on Earth? Yes. It was a good TV show. First season, a little rough because it was hard to get behind the character and you know, not kind of hate the guy because he kept on being kind of an asshole, I guess. But after that, they seemed like they kind of lightened up for that a little bit, and then they got a little bit better. But it was a good show. Best MOS? I don't know. It depends on what you're interested in. There's no set best MOS. It's really just depends on what you're interested in, because what I consider the best MOS might not be what you consider the best MOS or anybody else considers the best MOS. So, you guys still have toilet paper? We have a stockpile in case of the crisis. Yeah, I'm good for now. Like I bought before all this had gone down, I had bought a bunch of toilet paper because like when my daughter and girlfriend were moving back to Colorado, I thought we needed more, but I turned out I still had a bunch, and so I bought a big old thing then, and so now I have a bunch because of that. So it was before all this was going down. This was like back in January, so we still have actually quite a bit. So I'm good for now. I mean, I think we can still last probably a month, maybe a month and a half or two with the current supply of toilet paper we got. So I'm not worried about it. Chaos, why is price gouging bad? Because it's illegal. It's a crime. If you're racking up the price of something because if you're taking advantage, usually it's taking advantage of a situation like a crisis or something like that. So like when 9/11 happened, there was a lot of gas stations that were getting in trouble for raising the prices up on gas when they didn't need to. There was no reason to. They were just doing it to take advantage of people that really needed gas in a time of panic. And that's kind of what other people are doing on eBay right now with toilet paper and certain other items, cleaning supplies, and it's illegal. So I don't make these laws. I mean, it's not fair to, in a time of crisis, to raise prices on things just because you want to profit off of that crisis. So, I don't know. Everyone thinks the toilet paper is the most important thing. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm not really too sure. I don't know if people thought that they were going to be on quarantine for a really long time and they needed toilet paper to use while they're on quarantine, or if that was something that someone else spread a rumor about where they needed the toilet paper. I don't know. Toilet paper is a weird one. Chris, do you have a favorite beer? I don't actually drink alcohol, not because I have something against alcohol, just because it makes me tired. So I actually don't. March along, sing our song. Is that how it starts off? March along, sing our song, and the something battle one? I don't remember. Hey Chris, if you were in Australia Army or the US Army, only had a certain 14 year before retirement, would you have stayed in for another 3 years to get the pension? Well, if I was U.S. Army and I was already in for 14 years, I probably at that point would already be what's considered indefinite, and so I'd probably have no choice but to stay in and retire. There's a certain point, like you can't go and just do. There's kind of situations where you can, yes, but most cases, if you've been in for over, let's say, like 12, 13 years, then you're probably already on the indefinite status. There are ways that you maybe could have gotten around that, where maybe you re-enlisted around the time you're at like your 12th year or so, and then re-enlisted for like 4 or 5 more years, 6 years or whatever. Then you didn't you weren't yet in that indefinite zone, so you didn't have to re-enlist for indefinite. But a lot of times people that are been in the Army for that long are on indefinite status now, to where the only way they can get out is they have to wait for 20 years and try to retire. So there comes a point in a person's Army career, like around that time frame, around 12, 13 years, something like that, where if they try to re-enlist around then, they are probably given the option, if they want to re-enlist, re-enlist for indefinite status. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but do you have a favorite dip or chew? I don't dip or chew, so no, I don't. How long? God damn! I need to do Windows Update. He always pops up now, like when I'm live streaming. But do you think martial law is possible? Maybe if like the panicky people get really out of control. Maybe. I don't know for sure. Super chat from Holy Hand Grenade. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for the donation. I find the lack of super chats disturbing. Well, you took care of that, my friend. Awesome. Thank you for the super chat donation. You rock, and I greatly appreciate it. I need some real advice, Chris. Like, what kind of advice? Skipping through, you guys are responding to some people, which is awesome. Weirdly enough, TVs, I have coupon and gift cards. Best Buy have all sold out because they're not protected by price gouging. We're the Army and proud of our name. We're the Army and proud of our proclaim. That's right, weren't you telling me you're practicing the Army song or something like that, Evie? Good deal. There's not really a lot of times you really sing the Army song in the Army, I think. They play it, on base they play, on Fort Carson they play the 4th ID song. I don't remember what the 4th ID song was. I forget how that one goes. Everybody has a song, right? There's a 4th ID song, it's an Army song. If you hear a weird sound in the background, this is my heater just kicked on, so it's kind of cold here in Colorado. So try to hang through it if it's really loud, or it probably shouldn't be very loud, but you might hear like a weird little hum in the background. But there's times you sing the Army song, is probably not very often. There's sometimes in formation you might have to do it. For a board you might have to do it. Otherwise there's not really a lot of times. Pop quiz things, I don't know. The first 1 or 2 drinks make me tired, but after that, alcohol makes me more energetic. Well, that's good. Yeah, I just don't really drink because I just get tired. That's how it starts off, right? Yeah, first to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. That's how it started, isn't it? Yeah. Any advice for joining the Army at 32 years old, going into cyber MOS? I would just say make sure you're in great shape, so that way they don't have a reason to rag on you for being the older guy. Everybody's gonna give you crap for being old. Even 32 isn't old, but everybody who is 18, 19 is gonna. It's gonna seem like you're super old to them, right? They're gonna call you grandpa and all that kind of stuff. Maybe, there's a good chance. But make sure that you're in great shape so that you don't stand out as this old guy in their terms, that's can't keep up. So make sure you're in good shape. Is 20 years the max you can spend in the Army? Oh no, you can. I don't think there's really necessarily a max amount of years you can spend in the Army. It's more of a max age. I think they're like the age is like 63 or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but there's a max age that you can't be in the Army, and they'll make you retire if you reach that age. But not. I mean, 20 is the earliest usually you can normally retire. You can retire earlier than that if it's like medical reasons, but just straight up retire is usually earliest is 20. But sometimes it's hard for people usually to retire right at 20. Usually they end up doing 20 something years. A lot of times, if they let you retire right at 20, sometimes that's because maybe you have some kind of injuries that don't yet really qualify you for medical retirement, but they're like, okay, we should just let this guy get out or the girl get out, whatever the case is, before they get injured even more seriously. Sometimes maybe for performance things, not always, but a lot of times I've seen that. Most people that I know usually end up retiring after like 23, 24, 25, 26 years, stuff like that. There's not a lot of people that I know that retire right at 20. What's your experience with UCP? What's UCP? Right now I'm looking at going into Signal or Intel. I'm getting my degree in CS, so Signal looks like a great fit. My recruiter and his superior is pushing Intel. Once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't know what to do. I mean, Intel's good, I guess. You said you're wanting to get into Signal. I mean, Signal's okay, but Intel probably has better future options. But it comes down to what you're going to enjoy, right? Don't do something that you're doing because you think that it sounds cool or whatever. You should try to find something that you think you'll enjoy for a long time. Something you can enjoy going to work daily to do. And that's usually the best thing to try to find, is try to find that job you think you'll enjoy the most. You know, sometimes it's helpful if that job also is something that can relate great to the civilian world, or if you want to do a career out of it and do 20 plus years, then cool. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to you really. You gotta go off of what you're feeling and which job you think you're gonna enjoy the most. Intel probably has the more like future doors for you than Signal does. Not that Signal has bad ones, but Intel would probably have more. So, what was your favorite part about basic training? Man, I don't know. The road marching? I like road marching. I've always liked road marching. Road marches were cool. I liked road marches. We did several. Field was okay. I just really hated the foxhole that I had to dig because I got stuck near a tree, and there's a shit ton of roots growing through it, so that was a pain in the ass. Drill sergeants were laughing at me. That sucked. I don't know. Maybe road marching. I like road marching. I even liked it like in the Army too. Chris, what's the role of the Army National Guard during the coronavirus pandemic? It can vary, but typically some of the stuff would be just like support, helping to get aid to places that need it, possibly helping different. I don't know all the aspects of what their mission would entail. Some of it could be helping like the medical facilities, maybe setting up some kind of areas if they need more room for maybe like testing people or something like that, setting up some tents and assisting medically. I think they have the Corps of Engineers doing some stuff in some places. What they're doing exactly, I'm not 100% sure. Do you talk to any of your friends from the Army? Oh yeah, I have a lot of them on like Facebook and Instagram, and some here locally in the area still, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I still talk to some of the ones I'm more closer with, I guess. Have to run. Well, thanks for hanging out, Alex. Singing every day on Common Core at Signal School. Yeah, sometimes I guess basic training, I think it might be more of a thing, like singing an Army song, maybe even an AIT, but then beyond that, once you get to your first unit, not really a thing really anymore. Chris, I'm practicing it, clears throat. Me, la la la. Good, Evie. Maybe you need to post a video to see how you're doing. All right, so make sure to share that video. If you want to post it on YouTube so everybody can see and then shoot me the link. I'll blast it out. Whatever you want to do. Always wondered how the soldiers who smoked and drank a lot stayed fit enough for the army. I guess it just depends on the body type. There's some people that I knew that, yeah, they would, smoke and drink all the time and still worked out great. But then there's some people I saw that would suck. There's some people that I knew were heavy smokers and they were like horrible at runs. So it really just depends on people's body. Everybody's body is different, so it depends on your body, really. Joining the Army National Guard job during the virus is to secure the public and control. What is it? Was it chaos? Supposed to be chaos from Starling? Yeah, I mean it can be. Sometimes that goes into martial law at a certain point. So sometimes they have to tread water lightly to not get too involved, because then it starts getting people panicking, like, oh my God, the National Guard's just taking over and it's martial law and blah blah blah. And some stuff just needs to be. They have to kind of like just help with some of the support things. So it really kind of depends on the mission. Hey Chaos, I like you and Anakin and Hand Grenade Guy, and thanks for explaining price gouging, as I'm not familiar with it. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. When's the last time you heard the cadence? Hey for Sergeant? I don't know that specific one. Cadences I hear sometimes, not daily, but here and there on base. But that specific one, I don't know. But I think maybe I know which one you're talking about. But I don't know. It's probably been a long time. Hand Grenade Guy, I'm weak. Yeah, look out your window. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Got Jay the Vorn singing the Army song in a different version. Or is the regular one? I saw the semi goes rolling along. The Army goes rolling along. Oh, we jumped a little too far on that one. Scrolling down the thing and it jumped really far. We got a lot of people singing here. It's good to go, a good deal, but. Okay, now does anyone know the second verse of the Army song? Jeez, you guys still sing that? Governor of California just issued stay-at-home statewide order. Colorado's starting to shut certain things down. I think today they just talked about like barbershops and tattoo shops and stuff like that. No problem, they never sing the second verse. How many push-ups and miles did you do in basic training estimated? I wasn't, I don't think I was really that great, because I really didn't do a lot of preparation before basic training, so I wasn't really in the greatest shape before I went to basic. I got into pretty decent shape in basic training and then later on, but I want to say my push-up score by the time I graduated basic training was maybe in the 40s, nothing too crazy, I think. I think it was maybe in the 40s. And then my run was okay. I think my run, still nothing super amazing or anything like that. I think my run was probably in the 13s or 14s, I think. Maybe something like that. I don't know, I'm 100% sure. If we're doing talent videos, can you make me famous, Chaos? That'd be kind of fun to do. I don't know how we would kind of incorporate that, though. I'm not famous, so I don't know how I'm going to make you famous. So I don't know how that would work. I gotta try to get famous first, guy. I don't know, it'd be kind of fun to do like a little talent show thing, maybe like on my website or whatever, or something like that, where you guys record your talent, send it to me, and we vote on it. That's kind of a fun idea. Maybe we'll do something just for fun. I don't know, maybe like a motivational thing to try to lift some people's spirits. Do like a fan talent show thing. You record your talent on video, upload it to YouTube, send me the link to it, and we'll do something. Maybe that's a cool idea, though. I'll think about that a little bit more. If I forget, remind me. Maybe we'll have to do something like that. Is there a way to get tobacco or nicotine in basic training? I'm sure if you get really creative, maybe smuggle it in somehow. And I don't know. Otherwise, like naturally, no. Like you're not going to be allowed to buy that kind of stuff. If there's some kind of weird way you smuggle it in through your packing of stuff or having stuff mailed to you somehow and it gets smuggled into something like some ink pens or something like that. I don't know how you could. Maybe you could pull it off in some way that way, but actually just being allowed to buy that kind of stuff, no. Chaos, can I marry my battle buddy to leave the barracks? Sure, if you, I guess, wanted to. Yes, you could. If they figure out that it was a fraud thing, they can go after you, but otherwise, usually unless they're suspicious of something, there's nothing they're going to do to really check on it. Hey Chris, if I join the military, can I be like John Wick? Will they teach me John Wick style tactics and do like John Wick? No. You can probably get some pretty high speed training if you go special forces. I don't know like John Wick status skills, but that would probably be the best skills you could probably learn would be if you went special forces. Do you think other branches of the Army should follow the infantry and have a 22-week OSIT? I don't know if it's really necessary. Mainly, like, 11 Bravo OSIT and 11 Charlie, I guess, infantry OSIT extended that because there's additional things that an infantryman needs to be able to do that they were having to get that additional training back at their units. So things like medical, weapons training, and things like that. That may not necessarily be the case for like MPs, engineers, other people that do OSIT. They extended, I think, 19 Kilo to give a little bit more experience with certain vehicles, I think. So it really just depends on what's needed. So I think they're trying to do it with some, but not, you know, it may not be necessary for everything. What are you talking about? You already are famous, Chaos? Maybe to a small group of people. I did, however, it was kind of funny. It was last week? Last week, I was going on base on Fort Carson. I don't remember if I said this or not, or told anybody the story from here. But as I was going through the gate, in the next lane over from me, the gate guard recognized my car. Maybe he's seen me coming through the gate before or something. I don't know. But he was like, "Hey, that guy's famous." So that was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't get recognized very often. It's very only once in a great while. I have only had 2 people ever that saw me and wanted to get a picture with me. Everybody else usually just say, "Hey, do you make YouTube videos? I think I've seen you." It's usually things like that. So we're not. I don't know if I really consider that being famous yet. The Chaos Talent Show, yeah, I think it sounded like it'd be kind of fun. Maybe have some kind of prize. Maybe like some kind of thing to motivate people in this time of what's going on. So like, especially like people if you're on quarantine. You know, take some of that time while you're on quarantine to, you know, record your talent at home, upload it to YouTube, send it to me. And, yeah, man, it gives me a reason to put videos on my channel. Yeah, see, there you go. Maybe it motivates you to even create a YouTube channel, you know? So I'll think about it a little bit more. Maybe we'll do some kind of like Chaos Talent Show kind of a thing. Think of a cool prize. Maybe I'll try to find a sponsor that wants to sponsor it. I mean, it might be a little hard in this time right now, but if anything, maybe I'll sponsor it. Maybe you win a Chaos t-shirt. Maybe you win, I don't know, an MRE or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure some stuff out, I guess. Join the Guard, a dual mission. The state and federal. The state active and Guard will help with COVID-19. There you go. Also, like, if there's people out there that maybe you don't want to necessarily go to the extent of joining the military, or maybe you can't join the military, or whatever the case is, the Red Cross. The Red Cross is definitely a good outlet to look into. If there's some ways you want to try to help, and maybe like not even just for this, what's going on, just in general, right? Maybe you don't qualify for the Army, or you don't want to go that extent and commit to the Army or the military in general. Red Cross can always be a great place to start and maybe look into something like that. What do you think basic will be like because of the coronavirus? I don't know, I think just additional screening is going to end up coming into place where people are going to probably, screen for that, probably through MEPS. I think there's already some people that are saying they're doing that where before they're shipping out, for those that are still shipping out, because there are some people still shipping out, some people are being delayed. But for those that are shipping out, I'm hearing that they're doing like a screening at MEPS before they actually continue the process and ship you out. And so if they do some kind of, test at MEPS and they feel that you possibly have the coronavirus, then they're, putting you on hold to wait. But so I think a lot of that kind of medical stuff might come from it. What does it take to be considered for the Special Forces? I actually have a video on it, but essentially you have to go to SFAS and you have to make selection. You have to do more than just pass SFAS. You have to also be selected, so you have to usually perform really well, not just pass. You have to perform really well in SFAS, the Special Forces Selection School. And then from there, if you get selected, then you go on to the qualification course or the Q course. So I have a video on it that gives a lot more details and everything. If you want to look that up after this live stream or now or whatever, right? Look up, ThatChrisChaos Special Forces, something like that. I'm sure it'll pop up. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is staying safe. What's happening, Alyssa? We got are you first Chaos Army Commander? Because I don't remember if Doug was in here or not. Chaos Army Commander in the house in the live stream. Salute to you, Alyssa. Rambo ate rats and stuff that would make a billy goat puke. Sure. You should collab with Nava the Beast or Matt Ward. It'd be all right. I mean, I've kind of tried to do some of the Matt Ward, and he didn't really. He responded, but then didn't follow through with what we were going to do. So there was an attempt made. No additional attempts have been made since. Nava, I don't know. I mean, he's Marine. I'm Army. I mean, you probably could do something. He's way more fit than I am, so I can't do no fitness challenge with him. That wouldn't go very well. If you ever posted any video to YouTube, you're technically a YouTuber, I guess. I never really considered myself a YouTuber until people started calling me a YouTuber. I was like, oh, all right, I guess I'm a YouTuber. I always thought of people who were YouTubers as people that were like famous on YouTube. I don't consider myself famous. I don't know if you guys do or not, but I don't consider myself famous. There's a few people, like I said, here and there that may recognize me, but I don't necessarily consider myself famous. Chris, if you do a Chaos tour, I'll show up wearing a Jedi robe. I wanted to do one this summer. I had thought about it, and I wanted to try to figure something out. Now, this kind of hinders those plans a little bit unless this dies out. But if this dies down enough to be able to do something, I was hoping to try to see about doing something like that this summer and try to make another attempt at the Chaos tour again. The first one was not successful. It tanked. It's horrible. But I thought about trying it again, and I was going to think about trying to do it this summer and try to figure out something to do. Is what I wanted to do. One of the ideas I thought about was do a road march, find out what areas would be easy to travel to, and do like some kind of meetup kind of a thing, and do a little Chaos tour where people would join me and do a little road march, and maybe we would do something like fill up the bags with a bunch of canned goods and donate them to something veteran related, maybe in the area, maybe if there's some kind of or even homeless shelter or something, I don't know, and do some kind of cool thing like that. But we'll see how things kind of play out. That'd be nice and fun to do. My special talent is frying people in the comments. I don't know if you can, put that in a video format though. Cali is in lockdown. This is insane. Yeah. There's a lot of restrictions for California area. So it depends on where you're at in California, really. Like my hometown doesn't really have that much. I mean, there's a few things here and there, but it's a small town too, though. So you don't have as much of the crazy stuff going on. Dumb virus delayed my enlistment process, but oh well, what can I do? The good side about it is that I can get more exercise and think about what MOS I want. It's all you can do. Try to find the positives of it all. What is the highest ranking person you're friends with? Like how much like friends with, like acquaintance, like some, like if I was to see them, we would be like, hey, what's happening? How's it going? And we would talk about like old times, or like people I actually hang out with. Because if it's just people that I know and people like I'm Facebook friends with from old units and everything like that, that I, you know, might occasionally give a like to on their Facebook pictures and stuff like that, and I might occasionally get a like back from them, then probably a lieutenant colonel, I think. He's either a colonel or a lieutenant colonel. Yeah, I think he recently got promoted to colonel. If you're talking about like actually closer with, then it'd probably be a warrant officer. Probably be the highest. So depends on what you're classifying it as what counts. Yeah, I'm good. Just got done with dishes and have work tomorrow. So into the crazy back at the hospital. Good luck to you. I think Evie works in a hospital as well. So good luck to you. I know it's pretty rough, and stay safe and all that stuff. So. That's a nice emoji, yeah. Give the good salute. It's a good use of the salute too. For this situation. Chris, can you be in the Army as a dual citizen? I'm not 100% sure. I think I've heard some people say they have to give up one of the citizenship statuses, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I can't tell you for sure. Meet up in Maryland? I don't know where it would be. It most likely come down to where would be easy to travel to. And so it'd have to be somewhere near a major airport for me to easily fly into, probably. But also it would come down to what locations people are actually interested in meeting up at. If it's just you in Maryland, it's kind of an expensive trip just to meet one person. I mean, if I was rich, I would totally do it, right? No big deal, but I'm not. I don't make the big YouTube money, right? So I got to be a little bit, plan it out a little bit better and make sure that it's effective, I guess, and a good spending of money to try to maximize who I get to hang out with and meet and talk to and do something awesome with. Is it possible to be active duty without a car? Yeah, I mean, it does make things a little bit more challenging, but it's not impossible. A lot of posts have like an on-post shuttle sometimes, so you can do that. You can just Uber it everywhere, right? You have to spend a little bit more money. The thing that usually makes it tricky is when you have a unit that has like the barracks in one location and where you work in a way completely different area. And so it makes it a little bit tough to get to where you need to work at. There are a lot of situations where your barracks are here and your motor pool is just right across the street or right down the street, and it's easy to ride a bicycle or walk to. And then other cases you can catch a ride from another soldier, but then you have to rely on, making sure you get a ride from that soldier to make it there. But yeah, it is possible. It just, certain challenges will definitely come about from it, from not having a vehicle. But it is definitely possible to go. There's people that I've known that have done that. They just always had to, get a ride from other people though when they did that, and they had to walk everywhere on base or whatever. So it definitely restricted. If you had a friend that had a car, then you're probably set. And you just ride along with your car with your friend all the time in their car. What's your Snapchat, Chris? It's only social media I have. ThatChrisChaos, I think. I rarely use it. I don't think there's a link in the description about it. I don't remember, but I think it's at ThatChrisChaos. But I rarely use it, so don't expect anything very often. Is there going to be ROTC? What am I supposed to do with my life after high school? I don't know. A lot of colleges are doing online only. So I don't know. I don't know if there's probably temporarily, possibly not. It might be a thing where they won't resume ROTC until after this has calmed down some, but I don't know. Chris, it would be easier to email you our vids on our talent. Possibly. It might be a thing where, like, if you, like, especially like if it was a video that, well, I mean, you have to at some point, like, if you didn't want it public on your channel and you wanted to have it unlisted, and you could send me a link to it, and then I could share that way or something. I don't know. I don't know how we could do it. I mean, if we did a full-on video file, the problem you'd run into is, you know, your video file would be too big for an email, so you'd have to, like, Dropbox it or Google Drive it and give me the link and do it that way. And then where would I do with it? I don't know. I don't know. We'll think about it. Try to make it an easy thing for if I do this, which it sounds like I want to do it, but if I do end up doing it, then, you know, we'll figure out a way to make it easy, I guess. Chris, will we have a 5-star general ever again? I don't know. I mean, it takes really extreme things. I mean, all the other stuff that we've had, like the Gulf War, Iraq War, everything in Afghanistan wasn't enough to have a 5-star general. You know, so it's been a long time since we had a 5-star general, so I don't really know if we'll really need to escalate it to that extent. So I don't know. Chris, will soldiers serving through this virus get hazardous pay? No. That'd be nice. I saw someone making a joke about it online, about how if you're not allowed to work from home right now, you should receive hazardous pay. So like people who like have to work in hospitals, you know, Evie and Alyssa, you know, should probably be in hazardous pay. Maybe, you know, police officers and firefighters and everybody else that has to work in like the grocery stores and everything. Maybe they should be receiving hazardous pay. So, but yeah, no, soldiers won't be receiving hazardous pay during this time frame. Are there better benefits at being a warrant officer as opposed to a regular officer? Better benefits? I mean, you don't have to worry about as much staff stuff. You know, as a regular officer, just an officer, you know, you have to serve a certain amount of time on staff duty, on like the, you know, as a staff function, working in brigade and battalion or whatever, where you don't really, I mean, you can do that as a warrant officer, but it's not really one of the main things of a warrant officer. So if you want to avoid that kind of stuff, the warrant officer could be good. I don't know what like the main pros and cons compared to warrant officer compared to officer or whatever. Way to have double citizenship? Yeah, I don't know if it really affects stuff. What are we at? We're at a little over an hour. We'll do a few more new questions, then maybe I'll try to see if we got anything old that I missed. At our hospital, we've closed most of the entrances and have to use our badges to get into the building. There are also no visitors. My understanding, yeah, it's even how like the hospital is on base here for the military one is I think they're not allowing visitors. Hey Chris, when will military upgrade to clone trooper armor? I had no idea. Is that a real thing? Or is that something made up? Funny how I'm just now thinking of enlisting while people I went to high school with are commissioning. One from the Air Force Academy. Interesting. So if they're from the Air Force Academy, that's in my neck of the woods, which their graduation, I believe, is not going to be public for the upcoming class. What's happening? What is it? Brennan? I don't know, I'm butchering the name. What's happening? Hey Chris, when will or just did that one. With what I do, hazard pay would be daily. Yeah, no, I'd imagine you have a lot of crazy stuff. You know, working in a hospital, working around that kind of thing, risky. So, stay safe. Hey Chaos, love your videos, bro. You're helpful. Well, thanks. I appreciate that very much. Who asked the clone trooper armor question? I asked my dog what his thoughts are about the coronavirus, and all he did was give me a look that read snack time. Yeah, cleaning up after surgeries. Ugh. Imagine that's horrible. Imagine that'd be horrible. Do you play video games? Favorite video game? I played Modern Warfare. You know, Mondays. Join me live. Modern Warfare Monday. Beyond that, I do sometimes play. I haven't really had a lot of time recently to play any video games, so I haven't played very many of them. I've really just been only playing Call of Duty on Mondays and occasionally other times here and there. But other games outside of Modern Warfare that I like to play are No Man's Sky. Once in a while Minecraft, but I don't really play Minecraft. I just kind of like to build crap here and there. And that's kind of fun sometimes. So I just play on creative mode, just so I just free roam and build whatever I want to build. And then it's been a while, but I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I was playing Spider-Man. I was playing Days Gone. Those were like the main ones. Oh, and then Ghost Recon. And that's about it. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got for older comments. Let me see if I can find something going backwards in the chat a ways. Let me see if there's a good question that maybe I missed, maybe I passed over, because I do jump around a bit. Maybe we'll answer one or two old questions if I can find something, and then maybe one or two new questions, and we'll be ending the live stream pretty soon. If you have not yet hit that thumbs up, make sure you do so. Every thumbs up saves a puppy. Puppies everywhere need your help, so hit that thumbs up. Trying to find something. Struggling to find something. Gotta be something here. Something in here. Something you guys want to know. I've reached the end of it as far as it'll let me scroll back in the chat. I don't know. Nothing really stood out. Nothing really big. Maybe we won't do a an old comment, or old question, because I can't find a good one. Yeah. All right, we'll do a couple new ones then, and then probably end this here pretty soon. Play Rainbow Six Siege. It looks really cool, and I've thought about it, and I might at some point in time. I don't know. That does look like a cool game. Chaos, do you think it's a good time for service members to get in the stock market right now? I mean, really, it could be a good time for anybody if you know what you're doing, really. Like, I couldn't advise on that because I don't know crap about that kind of stuff. So I can't get you good advice probably about stock market stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Probably talk to an investor about that kind of stuff, or maybe like a accountant or something. I don't know. Thanks for hanging out, Devin. Appreciate it. Okay, Chris, gotta feed my dog. Good luck. Have fun, Jay the Vorn. Definitely everybody hit that like button. Alright. Is that gonna be it? Raise your hand if you cried at the end of Red Dead 2. No spoilers! Don't give me spoilers. I didn't finish the damn game. I'm really bad at finishing video games. I only have a very select few video games that I've actually finished because I get so sidetracked. I start playing a game for a long time and then something else comes out and I'll start playing that one and just not even finish the other one I was playing for a while. There's only a few games I've finished. I finished the first Red Dead, Call of Duty, because I live streamed it, and that was the first time I ever finished a game in one whole sitting. I don't know, what else have I, trying to remember what other games I've finished. That's about it. I've never finished Grand Theft Auto, because that gets so distracting with just wanting to wreck cars. Spider-Man gets so distracting with wanting to fly around. You can't finish No Man's Sky. I don't think you can finish Minecraft, right? Unless you do that story mode thing, which I don't play that anyways. I haven't finished Days Gone. I didn't finish Ghost Recon. I'm not very good at finishing games. I get so sidetracked with that stuff. So, I don't know. I didn't spoil anything. Alright. Call of Duty is overrated though. I like it. I think it's a good game. I like it. I mean, I like the modern stuff. I don't like when they did that last one where it was all futuristic and everything like that. Those ones I don't like. I don't like those ones. I might have finished Battlefield, one of the Battlefield games too. I don't remember. So, all right, guys, we're gonna end the live stream here. I got a video to try to work on, so I get back to the regular army stuff and get rid of this dang coronavirus videos updates that I was doing, and just get back into the flow of educating you and giving you some information about the army and all that kind of stuff. So I got a video to work on tonight to shoot so that I can edit it tonight and get it out to you guys tomorrow. So hopefully all goes well tonight and I get that video out to you guys. If you enjoyed this live stream, had a good time, hit that like button for me, hit that thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Stay safe out there, right? All this crazy coronavirus thing is going on. Remember to just be cool, all right? Want this all to go as smoothly as possible and get through it and just continue doing awesome stuff. So be cool to each other, be safe, and all that awesome stuff. And I will see you guys again real soon. All right, see you guys later.